Hi everyone, it's Jess and today I thought I would do the makeup book tag for you. So I need to film lots of videos today as I haven't filmed in a really long time, so I thought why not do a makeup book tag whilst I'm getting ready, so you can see me get ready. So yeah, I thought it'd just be an interesting thing to do. I've not been tagged by anybody. I just thought I would do this as I've seen it going around for a little while, so I thought I would do it myself. A disclaimer before we start, I am not a makeup artist at all. I do all of my own makeup. I've never had anybody do my makeup for me. So I literally have no idea what I'm doing ever, and I know that I do my makeup in a weird order. Watching other people do theirs, I kind of don't do it in the right way, if that makes sense. So don't judge me. This is just how I do my makeup, and if I'm doing it wrong or using the wrong thing, like, this is how I do my makeup, so I'm gonna do mine and you can do yours, but hey, let's get started. So the first question is primer, and so I don't use primer at all, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for this one. So the question is anyway, so pick a book that left a lasting impression. So the book I've decided to pick for this one is Of Fire and Stars. So I absolutely loved this book. I think I read it like a few months ago now. Well, finished it. I've started reading it a really long while ago, so like at the beginning of the year, but I just didn't finish it all in one go. This left a lasting impression because it was the first book that I read that was diverse. So I think it's left a lasting impression because I really want to make a bit more of an effort to make sure I read more diverse books. Before, like, it doesn't really bother me whether I read them or not, because often when I'm reading descriptions and things like that, just tend to like pass through my mind and I imagine characters how I want to imagine them, to like how they look and all that kind of thing. This story actually involves two princesses who fall in love. Romantic kind of story, but there's like fantasy and all that kind of thing in there as well. So I did really enjoy the story, and it's really sort of inspired me to pick read more books that are more diverse. Then I guess the next question I'm gonna pick is question 3, not question 2, because I do that first, and that is concealer. So the question there is to pick a character that you wish to get rid of. So I'm gonna start doing my concealer whilst I kind of think about this. I'm not really sure, like, my mirror's here, by the way, which is why I'm looking, and my laptop's here, so I'm looking there to read and do my makeup and etc, etc. So I'll try and look at the camera as much as possible, and this looks like really weird what I'm doing, but hey, we're just gonna go with it. So I haven't really picked one that I want to get rid of, because I think at the end of the day, like, all of the characters kind of mean something, and I don't think there's a character, even if I like dislike characters, they add to the story, and it really kind of, I look so weird right now. They add to the story, and like, I just don't think I would get rid of them, because like, they tend to play quite a big part, and I couldn't really then think of like a character who was just kind of like irrelevant, so like a side character was kind of irrelevant. I think all of the books I kind of read are generally sort of books that know what they're doing, and I don't know really where I'm going with that, but I just don't think there's a character that I would just not include in a story, even if I dislike them, because they obviously add to the storyline, and half of them is the whole point of the book, so yeah. And then the next thing that I do is my like kind of half contouring. The reason why I do my makeup this way first and foremost is like, I don't like putting foundation on and putting all of this on top, because I tend to not be able to blend it too well. If I do kind of all of this stuff first and then put my foundation on, I can kind of like blend it in a lot better. So yeah, but there isn't actually like a contour kind of theme, so I'm not really sure what I'm gonna pick. Like, there isn't like a prompt or anything. And next we'll go for foundation, which is number 2. So pick your favourite book in a series. Pick your favourite first book in a series. So when I was thinking about this, it took me like a really long time to kind of like work it out, like which one that I wanted to pick. because there's obviously a lot of books that I really enjoyed, so I did think about picking like Philosopher's Stone and that kind of thing, but then in the end I didn't. So the book that I'm going to pick is Illuminae for this one. So I've picked Illuminae because, I mean, I've not read the other ones, and I've heard like a lot of people kind of don't think it should be a series in a way as well, so I don't know, but I think I picked it because, like, I don't really know how to describe, so obviously it's in a very different format, and it really kind of, it's changed the way I've kind of wanted to read as well. I want to make sure that I read lots of books that sort of have different formats and kind of like explore the way that I'm reading a bit more than before. So I guess it's my favourite first book in a series because it's kind of really enlightened me to read the rest, even though I haven't quite yet, but yeah, I suppose. Also, where I've just moved as well, I'm finding it not really difficult, but kind of difficult sometimes to make sure that my makeup isn't like horrendous, because I'm like still dealing with like the light difference. So yeah, I'm starting to look like a lot more normal now, which is good. I haven't got weird splodges all over my face. I'm like trying to remember how I do my makeup. So generally, like, I don't do my makeup like too often. It's not something that I do like every single day. I always, like, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, if I'm going out, I'll do my makeup, or if I'm doing my videos, I'll often do my makeup. There was a time that I didn't because my hay fever was really terrible, my skin wasn't that great, so yeah, makeup's not really like a necessity for me. It's not something that I really have to wear almost, so yeah, but I thought I would just show you this one, and then I'd go in with a bit more contour, so like a different palette now. And sorry that I'm not like telling you which ones they are. I might leave them in the description box below if I can remember. And this is just kind of just to add a little bit more kind of definition. So the next question is powder, and that is what I do next, and that is question 4. So far we've done 1, 2, 3 and now 4. So pick your favourite last book in a series. So I haven't actually read that many series, so I didn't actually really have anything to really pick other than this one. And obviously I did also, the reason why I picked some of the ones I did for the ones that I did, like the previous questions, was because I wanted to try and pick different books for every single one. The book that I picked for this one was obviously Deathly Hallows from Harry Potter, and yeah, it's like, I think it might be like the only series that I've finished. I mean, I've read Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, but that's like a duology and not like a series, but I suppose I could count it. But either way, that is definitely not my favourite over Harry Potter, so it's definitely not something that I wanted to pick. And yeah, I think it was building up for such a long while, so the stories that just ending kind of revealed so much, and I think JK really put like a lot of effort into just making sure everything was right, and sort of, I know at the start when she started writing them, she actually had the plan for all 7 books before she actually like really kind of started, so yeah, that kind of puts in like a lot of perspective as to why it kind of all escalated that way, and there was like obviously all the hints like leading up to where it was going, so yeah, definitely my favourite book, the final book, and they're all my favourite books anyway, so you know, had to include it somewhere. The next thing that I actually do is just to go in with a little bit more contour, just to give myself like a little bit more colour, because I'm quite pale, so I like to just give myself a little bit more colour. So I don't look like a ghost more than anything. And then I think I'm going to go in with 9, and that is blush, because I generally do that next. So it says pick a book that has some cringe-worthy romance. And actually for my blush I actually use like a kind of bronzer kind of colour anyway. Not that it really matters, I'm just, you know, just telling you. So the book that I picked for this is oh my god, I can't believe I just said that I was going to pick Caraval. So the book that I picked for this one is Heartless. So I get obviously the romance in it, and I did actually really like the romance between Jest and the Queen of Hearts, but the whole kind of love triangle, I really dislike love triangles, so I really had a big problem with that, even though it's the whole point of the story. I know that now, but hey. And then obviously the King's romance was really cringy, like too cringy for me, and I obviously, again, it's the whole point of the story. So I guess the romance in this story just did not hit for me at all. It just really isn't what I enjoy. I like romance in a story, but for it to be like more subtle and not like the main theme. So yeah, unfortunately I had to pick that one. And then next, I guess, the next is eyebrows. Now, sometimes I do my eyebrows and sometimes I don't. It's depending on how I'm feeling. Generally, if I've had my eyebrows done, like a salon or whatever, then I'll go and do my eyebrows. But now at the moment they're like a mess. They're actually a mess and I really need to get them done. So this is generally when I just don't bother. They're just kind of like, there's no hope. There's literally no hope for them. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna skip them. And the question for it was a book you'd think everyone should read. So I kind of have two books for this one. So I have A Court of Mist and Fury, obviously, because I think everybody should read that book because I just absolutely loved it, and so many feels and just everything, like, oh my god, just everybody has to read it because it's just so amazing. But it was kind of obvious that I was going to pick that one, so I kind of wanted to pick another one, just to be a little bit more controversial, I suppose. So the book that I picked for like the second one was Eliza and Her Monsters. So this book I've just finished last month, I think, maybe, and I absolutely loved it. Like, it's just so good, and they have a couple of like hard kind of like points that they deal with within the story, and it's just, I don't know, it's just perfect. It's just really nice, and there's like other formats and things like that in there as well, which I really enjoyed, and I think I just kind of like related a lot to the story, and I think a lot of people do. I know everyone that I've kind of spoken to about this book has really enjoyed it, so yeah, it's definitely going to be a book that I think everybody should read. It's just a nice kind of book, you can get through it quite quickly, you get really kind of like attached to the characters, and I think in a weird kind of way a lot of people who do booktube will relate to the story really well, but I don't want to give like too much away. And question 6 is eyeshadow, and this is obviously something that I definitely do. So I've got my little palette here, and I don't actually use one of those like fancy brushes. I just use like the ones that you find in there, which, you know, it's just how I roll, so it does take me like a little while to do my eyeshadow. Actually, I kind of like build it up. I think eyeshadow is probably maybe one of the parts that like not I'm best out of doing my makeup. Obviously I know that I could be a lot better, but the way I like do my makeup is definitely like mostly about like the eyes. I've always been big on like my eye makeup. It kind of like defines me almost, not defines me, but like my makeup and the way that I do it.
So yeah, interesting little fact there for you. So always going with a few colours, and generally like my makeup doesn't change like at all. So the makeup that you're seeing here is just the makeup that I do every single day, and even like when I'm going out on like a night out or whatever. Well, not on every single day, I already just said that. Like, it's not really, I don't really wear makeup like every single day, but if I'm doing my makeup, this is how I do it. I think it's just because I'm not skilled, so I just tend to not do it any other particular way because I don't really know how. Or like what colours to use and all that kind of thing. So, I don't know. Almost done.
Now I shall talk about the book, or we could just do that now. So the prompt for this one was pick a book that has your favourite colours on the cover. So I think I might actually get up and actually show you this book, or I might just put a picture of it up here. So that is The Magician King by Lev Grossman, and I actually haven't read this book yet, but I just really like the colours on this cover. It's just really warming and just like, yeah, just really warm, and I just really like it, and I don't really know, I just enjoy it. So the next one is eyeliner. So pick a dark and mysterious book, and this is question 7, and I'm going to pick for this one Caraval, because it's the only one that I could really think of that really like was dark. No, it's not overly dark, but it's more like mysterious and kind of things. So it was only the really book that I have really read that kind of fits. So yeah, I did really enjoy this book. I did give it 5 stars, and I really, yeah, just really loved it. I know it's like quite controversial. Some people think that, well, some people really dislike it and some people love it. I obviously was somebody who absolutely loved it, so yeah. And now you're gonna see me do my eyeliner. So I do it in like a really weird way. I actually like hold down my eyelid and do it. Some people like do it with their eye open. I have no idea how these people manage to do that, because I don't even know. Like I literally just can't. I don't even understand, and it's like everywhere. I just don't get it. So this is not really something that I'm amazing at, but hey, I don't even know if you're gonna see once I've like moved in. I think you probably are.
But, oh, it's quite dark in my room as well, which never really helps. And that is how Jess does her eyeliner, everybody. Which, obviously, watching people's videos to kind of like work out this kind of tag, I always like watch a few videos of the type I'm doing. I realise that I just don't do my eyeliner right at all, really. It's just not how people do it, so, you know, oh well. I don't really know what's going on there, but that's not quite right. I feel like doing my eyeliner this way is like the only way that I can actually make them like equal and look the same and actually look kind of normal. I think that might be it. And then I also go in with a bit of like pencil eyeliner underneath. And I do like my eyes to be like quite black. I think that's just always how I've done my makeup. Just always kind of stuck with it, as I said. Like, I'm not skilled at all, and I never really change how I do my makeup. So, yeah, it's just always how I've done it, I suppose. And there we are.
And then next, I believe, yes, is mascara, and that is pick a long book. So I'm definitely know which one that I was going to pick as soon as I saw this tag, and that is obviously a Game of Thrones, and I am still like a third of the way through the first one, and I've not picked it up in like such a long time. It's just like, it's just long, you know, it's just really long, and it's really dense more than anything, so it takes me so long to read through it that like I can read for like an hour and I've only gone like a chapter. And it's like ridiculous because it's just so dense and there's so much to take in, and I often find myself like having to reread parts and all of that. I do want to read it at some point and I do want to get through it. There's just so many other books on my shelf that, you know, are quicker to read that I want to like get through. So it's just not really something that I've picked up at the moment, but it is something that I do want to finish. I think I might start kind of like consciously picking it up, so like making sure that I'm reading it, but I'm not really sure yet. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I think that is, oh, it's in my hair, that is my mascara. And we already did blush, and the next is highlighter. So kind of don't really do much with highlighter. I often take my same like stick, so it's like got 2 different colours, and just kind of like put it on over the top of like my powder. I'll just take this paste and just kind of dab that on, and then just kind of like rub it in. Which gives me kind of like, glossy look. I don't even know if this is like a good look or not, but hey, we'll just go with that. And yeah, and then the prompt for that is to pick a book that brightened your day, and I'm going to pick The Upside of Unrequited. I really enjoyed this book. Just finished it, and yeah, it was just really nice to just kind of like delve into, and it was a really quick read, and just kind of like nice to read, I suppose. So it wasn't like really impacting, but it was a book that, yeah, I just enjoyed. And then the next one is lipstick. So pick your favourite book kiss. So I'm going to do my lipstick first, and then sort of talk about it.
There we go.
And I often like blot this as well, so I'll go and do that in a minute because it's really bright, and it's kind of like sticky, and I just really dislike that. So yeah, I always go and blot it afterwards because it like stands out a little bit too much. And I didn't really know what to pick for this one because there's so many book kisses that I've enjoyed. I didn't really know which one to go for, and obviously there's a lot of books that I've picked already that I didn't really want to say again, but I'm actually going to pick Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I think it was in, and that is when Harry kisses Cho Chang. Sorry if there's like any spoilers or anything there, but you know, this is my channel, I talk about Harry Potter all the time, so you know, I can't really help that. And you don't actually, I can't really remember when I read it, I don't think you actually read them kissing, but it just kind of like builds up to it, and you're just, I don't know, just the way it's built up and just written is just really nice. And it's one that I really like sticks in my mind of me being like, no, and just really enjoying it. So yeah, and that is the makeup book tag, and this is how I do my makeup. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to tag anyone for this because I didn't get tagged myself. If you want to do this tag, then you know, do it, because it's lots of good fun, and I really enjoy watching people do their makeup, and realising how terrible I am at it myself. But I'm going to sort out my hair, and then I shall film some more videos. But yeah, for this video that is all, and thank you so much for watching, everybody. I shall see you soon in another video. Bye guys.